welcome to my little corner where there's no wrong way to play with paper. I hope you're having a great day. I am so happy that you're here. We are doing a scraps to embellishment video where me and some of my pals use all of our scraps and we create things usually with a theme for the week. I would love it if you went and checked everyone out. There is a playlist. You can click one time and see what everyone is creating because we pick a theme a week. But you can see all the past videos too and be inspired to use your scraps. If you're a swapper over on my Facebook group, well then you're gonna know what we're doing. For those of you that aren't, I have a Facebook group where we swap embellishments. You can swap in Canada, Australia, New Zealand, even with a glue finger, and of course the United States. And we would love it if you came join us. You just have to answer a couple questions. We want you to understand that you give and receive with a loving heart. Sometimes you will get more than you receive, vice versa, and that you understand there is no wrong way. It is art. Everyone's way is correct and is beautiful. So, kind, wonderful community. I am very honored to have created someplace for everyone to go. So come join us. We would love to, even if you don't want to swap, come join us. You'll be inspired, I promise. All right, so this week the theme is give thanks, anything Thanksgiving. And I came up with a little something outside of my realm. I made a wreath that says give thanks. And I used lots of scraps. So of course they're all gonna be a little bit different. I'll put close-ups at the end. And of course we're gonna put one together. So basically what this is, I'm pretty sure I got this die off of Temu. Yeah, I don't know for 100% positive, but I have this die somewhere in my arsenal of tools. And I have cut it 3 different times. I cut it in a brown, which is going to be the base, okay? I also cut it in green, which is going to be our greenery. And then I cut it in this pretty orange, and those will be our flowers. And we're going to paper piece it together. Remember, a die cut can be done that way. I think I even forget, I know I forget to do this. You know, you get a die cut and it's a pretty die cut and they show you the fancy pictures when you're picking it out and buying it. But you're like, how do I make it look the way they did? Well, this is one of the ways that you can use that. You just have to die cut it in different colors and then cut those pieces apart and put them together. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna start with my base. Here is the brown. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut away the wreath part. This is obviously the green. Let's see here. I wanna make sure I've poked out all the little parts so that it will have the same cutouts as the brown, because that's what makes it look like a wreath, right? Okay, so then we don't need all of these, okay? We're gonna cut apart the pieces that we don't need, just like so, and cut them away, let them fall. It's a messy hobby sometimes. This is one of those times. Definitely don't need this, so we'll go right there, okay? And now what we need to do is we need to glue the greenery down. Now I don't want to cut it apart so much that it's hard for me to do that. Don't stress yourself out. This is supposed to be fun, right? So I always, the piece that I'm laying it on, not this piece, the piece that I'm laying on, I'm going to put a little bit of glue. Maybe if it'll come out of the glue bottle, we're going to do that. If not, well, maybe we can slap and stick it. I don't know. We gotta have some glue here. We gotta have some glue. All right. Should come out now. There we go. So I'm gonna put all these little parts. And this, I think, right here is the hardest part. Because you gotta get the glue, and you just need a tiny bit on all these little spots before it dries on the other end, right? And then you can't get it to stick. That's a little frustrating. But if you're fast enough, you can get it to work. And remember, you can always go back and spot glue it, which I've had to do. Okay, so now that we got glue on all the little parts, and the parts are so small, you really kind of have to put a little bit of glue on everything. Definitely use a piece of scrap paper. Maybe you use cardboard, just like you would with mixed media. Then we're gonna line it up, and once we get it where we want it, we're gonna press it down. Hence the reason I have glue all over my finger. But we want it to stick, right? This is gonna make it a little more sturdy too. All right. just like so. All right, then pull it up off your board and just kind of stick it down. Now it's okay if it's not 100% perfect. It's all right. When you make a wreath for your door, it's not 100% perfect either. Next, what we need to do is I cut it out of this color, okay? And I'm simply going to cut off the flowers. Now, from experience, start at one end, only cut a couple off so you remember where they go. Otherwise, you're gonna be sitting here trying to figure out where they go. I may have done that. I won't admit it, but I just did, right? Okay, so then we're gonna take, and I like to take my pickup stick. This is why we poke those parts out, so we can just get it right on there. See how those all line up? And we're gonna do this one here, okay? Every one of these is gonna be different. They're not going to be the same because I'm gonna use different papers. I'm going to have different things available to me because I'm using my scraps. I mean, I guess you could do it all with brand new paper, but I really would rather not, personally. That's just me. Okay, that goes, oops, I didn't cut it all the way. There. And let's do this one on the bottom. So now we have all the flowers down. Then I took, and now on the first one, I didn't do this. I didn't put like the little sprigs. I just put some 3mm flatback gems, which is fine. But I kind of like how this one, I did do the stems. So all I'm gonna do is the same thing. I'm just gonna cut off these little stems, okay? And we're gonna put them on there. So we'll cut that one off and we'll cut this one off, just like so, and put all those on there next. That's the next step. Okay, and then we have one last one. We'll put this one on here. And then we're gonna put on a bunch of little pretty gems. Now, this is for a mini swap, so we don't wanna go crazy. These 3mm flatback gems, I buy them on Amazon. They are in my Amazon link. You can look them up as well, whatever you would like to do. They're tiny. When I say they're tiny, they're really tiny. So I do encourage you to get small ones because we don't want to have to pay extra in postage. That's not the goal here. We're just trying to have fun and swap with our friends, right? Do something fun. So I did use both the dark and the light, and I just put a few on my board and then put them down with my stick. That's all I do. My little wax stick. I know Close to My Heart has them. Whoops, that one's upside down. I know Close to My Heart has them. Oh my goodness, it's stuck to my finger. I know that you can get them on Temu. My best friend got me a whole pack of them on Temu, pretty cheap. So, but wherever you like to get them. I used to use the Stick It all the time. These are just a little bit easier. I don't have to load the eraser part or none of that stuff. I think it's faster just to grab a pencil sharpener and sharpen it and be on my way. So keep on going around here and do this. We got all our little gems on there. We'll just set these over to the side. I'll use them when I make the next one. Then we need to put our give thanks word, and I just grabbed some more scraps and we're gonna put that. This is just a word die that I've had for a very long time. Poke out the little things. Make sure you take the time to poke out all of the little, pokey parts. I don't know, the little negatives, because then you'll get definition to your word and you'll be able to see it better. If you leave it in there, and I've missed it. I'm not saying it has to be perfect, but it makes it look better, right? That's always the goal. This is definitely a 2-layered embellishment. I know I've said it a few times in the new year that we are going to go to a requirement of having at least 2 layers. That can be inking, it can be stickers, it can be lots of different things. It should be fun, right? And we're just trying to avoid people just sending in cut aparts. You need to embellish something. That's why it's called an embellishment swap, right? Okay, so now let's do the V and we'll get the words on here. The last little bit here and we are all done. Okay, I hope you're encouraged to pull out your things and think outside the box. Use them in more. I use 2 different things here and I combine them to create with. I hope it helps. I know sometimes I struggle of how to make those cool die cuts into something really pretty, but isn't that cute? I hope it inspires you above all else. And like I said in the very beginning, go check out my friends. They have better eyesight than I do, probably. Very talented people. Be blessed. I will see you next week. Bye.